Greetings and welcome to the newest episode of the Rice Crypto Show, which we're going to be getting started here in just moments. I was scheduled to do that 2 p.m. Eastern Time interview with Ben Armstrong, his first public interview since being publicly fired. That got postponed. We're going to be talking about that. Smash that like button. Appreciate you guys taking an opportunity to join me today. Let's get it. And before we begin, a few quick messages from the sponsors of Rice TVX who make it possible for me to do this thing full-time. Shout out to Monarch Wallet and Pre-Search. You can always find information in every video description. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in for today's live stream. Give me that 5x5. Let me know that you can hear me loud and clear. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you joining me. So what I got pulled up on screen is Ben Armstrong's tweet from this morning. Still going to do my interview with Rice, but I have to hold back for a while due to my lawyer's request. Has nothing to do with last night, but going forward, I can't talk about it until I can. So he has said he will definitely be doing that interview with me. We talked this morning. I was up till like 4:30 this morning. I was talking to Cassie late, finding out when he was getting out from jail because he did had to get bond posted for him to be able to get out of jail. I do encourage you guys to make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I've got lots of content that you guys may not be familiar with, lots of interviews. There's a reason why Ben had chose to do this interview with me. So I definitely encourage anybody who's new to my channel or anybody who's coming back to the channel, explore my interviews, check out the playlist section, the Rice Rewind, Crypto OGs. Definitely check out what I re-released with my interviews through the month of August. So I want to play a clip real quick that came from Ben Armstrong's stream this morning. I talked to him. I woke up 10:45 and we were talking before 11 o'clock. He let me know what was going on. AJ was on the phone, just to be transparent with everybody. And he told me that due to legal reasons. And, you know, at this point, basically after what happened last night, if I was his attorney, I would have advised the same thing as well. So I completely understand where for legal reasons, he wants to refrain because he's already kind of done enough publicly. And a lot of that can be used against him in the court of law. So coming on my show would have possibly incriminated him or maybe potentially made his situation even worse than maybe he made his own situation. So he's going to take a little bit of time out. As he said on his live stream, he's not going to be on social media this week. I advised that to both him and Cassie. A lot of people know that he was with Cassie during the live stream, so there's no qualm for me to say any of that information. I'm trying to stay as neutral as possible when it comes to the scenario, which I'll talk more about. But here's that clip from Ben Armstrong from today's live stream talking about postponing the interview. So check this out.
And I was supposed to go on, that reminds me, I need to go to Twitter. I was supposed to go to Rice TVX today and do an interview with him. But unfortunately, my lawyers told me right now I can't do that, but I will be giving the first interview. I will be giving this first interview to Rice, though. So, but I don't. He said he wanted me to retweet. He said he wanted me to retweet. Not. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to. I'm going to tweet real quick. Sorry, I got to do this for Rice because I'm a good friend. I have to do this for Rice because I told him I'd do the interview. So give me 1 second. Still going to do my first interview with Rice, but I have to hold back for a while due to the due to my lawyer's request. Has nothing to do with last night, but going forward, I can't talk about it. Okay. Can't talk about it until I can. So there we go. Okay, there you go, Rice. So the point here being is I was going to do this interview with him, and like, unfortunately, I just can't do it. But like, I feel like everybody always has and Rice has been really good, and that's why I've given him the interview. It's a tiny channel, and tiny compared to a lot of large channels. He may have more subscribers than me right now. I got 50,000. I don't know, but he's good, right? He was neutral.
You know, which I appreciate the kind words, Ben, and I did advise him he just needs to take a chill pill. As he mentioned on his live stream, and he did tweet out that he is apologizing to Altcoin Daily and Wendy. He spoke with Wendy this morning. I talked about that on his live stream that I just shared that clip from. Right before I was getting ready to go live, Crypto Blood had called me and told me that him and Ben had spoke for a good hour. I told him I was going to be going live and I would call him after this live stream because I wasn't going to have this live stream go very long. If you're not following me on Twitter, you may not have known, or if not following Ben, you may not have known this interview was postponed. You may not have known why. You may not have seen what happened last night. You could definitely find the video of what occurred last night. He was ultimately arrested for loitering and something to the effect of making somebody feel unsafe, which is the Carlos Diaz individual, which he is not supposed to be legally mentioning his name in any sort of public forum, from what I understand. So the situation has just gotten really out of hand. I've talked to numerous people at Hit Network. I've talked to TJ. I've talked to TJ numerous times. I talked to Ben Armstrong numerous times. I'm trying to get to the truth of the situation. And that was the whole point of doing this interview, was trying to bring some more clarity. I do want to shout out Altcoin Daily for the interview that they did with TJ Shed that was released yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening. If you guys haven't seen that, check out Altcoin Daily's channel and watch that interview. It's a good hour and 20 minutes, maybe an hour and a half long, but it's TJ's only time of making any sort of public statements about anything that have occurred other than them with their press release that came out privately on Sunday, August 27th, and then publicly Monday, August 28th. So today is 9/26. So it's like almost 30 days since this event started. A lot has happened. A lot has transpired. I was going to try to, again, get to the bottom of what had happened. Again, I definitely encourage everybody to make sure you're checking out the interview with Altcoin Daily. They did a great job of being neutral. They even tried to ask questions as if they were asking from Ben's perspective, which I really respect. And I'm trying to hope that I can put together a great interview with Ben that will bring some equal value as well, bringing that side of the equation. And ultimately, I would just like to see this situation not be brought so much in the public forum, because ultimately, this quarrel between Hit Network and Ben Armstrong and what has occurred is making what myself and others as crypto YouTubers, as people out here trying to educate people, it makes us look bad as a whole. And that's the one thing that I think was the worst to come out of this situation. It's sad that we don't have a lot going on in the crypto news element, and that this has to be something that everybody's talking about. But at the same time, I understand that the situation is just so entertaining to people who aren't inside of it that it just draws you in and sucks you in. We have YouTube channels that are outside of the crypto community and industry, and crypto YouTubers that are not making videos about this. So it's hitting more of a mainstream element, and it's reflecting badly upon our community. And that's the one thing that, again, I think is a travesty from everything that has occurred. Shout out to Red Nugent, Crypto Blood in the house. I appreciate everybody taking the time to tune in. I'm going to go ahead and just shout out everybody in the chat. I'm not going to read everything because I'm sure everybody's got a lot of crazy things to say, but I appreciate everybody joining. I see Ryan Anderson, Shavim, Alabaster Schmidge, Ayo Doge, Kyle S. Gibson, Crypto Slayer, French Toaster, cool name, Lees, Saul Flores, Matthew Millar. Appreciate everybody for taking the time to tune in. Be Fair, Sneaker Plus, Bobcat, my homies in the house, S. Doyle. Postponed until now? No, until another time. Whenever Ben is given the go-ahead for being able to speak more publicly in an interview. I know that he's going to be doing a private reaction video to the interview that TJ did with Altcoin Daily and sending that to his attorney. Maybe after the attorney watches, maybe the attorney can advise Ben about things he can and cannot say, because TJ was advised the same thing. So there were some things that TJ wouldn't really go into because of the fact that there's pending legal cases and other things going on in regards to, and he's been advised not to speak forward. So I will keep everybody 100% updated. I'm sure Crypto Blood is going to make a video and talk a little bit about what's going on between him and Ben. But ultimately, what people need to understand is a lot of us are really friends. Some of us are closer than others, but a lot of us are friends. So this situation is like entangled a bunch of people who technically really weren't involved. I mean, I was even threatened, and everybody else from Ben Armstrong, that if anyone was to go on around the blockchain, that he wouldn't work with them. They're dead to them. And that was really kind of putting a line in the sand that should never have been done, because none of us were involved in it. And it's not as if any of us are trying to take sides and perpetuate the situation either. The situation has become its own situation because the people involved have made it a bigger situation than it was intended to be. So again, I just want to see people come out of this positively. I want everybody to think positively, and let's focus on more important things. Let's focus on what crypto is about. I think that's the most important thing that we can do, because Ben is going to be taking a little time out if he's going to be sticking to what he said. Yeah, so Crypto Blood said I got off the phone with him, spent an hour with him. We're good. Okay, it's good to hear. And I'll definitely call you after I'm done with this, Blood. Just give me like 5 minutes after I'm done. Brogoshi, no dinero. What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Andy Lee, it's good seeing you in the house. Crypto Birdie, La Cantara 23, Vinny P. It's always good to see family in the house. I really do appreciate. We are actually friends, and a lot of people really have no clue. It's very unfortunate, you know. And ultimately, and I told Ben this, ultimately, I care about Ben's mental health. 100%. I'm not right now. I'm trying to stay as neutral as possible. I'm not going to be giving too many more future comments in regards to the situation until I'm able to actually do the interview with Ben Armstrong. So I just encourage people to stay tuned. In the meantime, I'm going to do my best to put out some great content. And I encourage people to take an opportunity and catch up on what I'm doing. So for a moment, I'll let you guys know that you can check out my website. It's been redesigned. Check out the new design, ricetvx.com. You can find links to all my social media, both of my channels. In fact, you can watch both of my channels on my website. Sign up for my mailing list. Once you do that, I have Rice Uncensored, which is replacing my Patreon channel. It's a private video platform, and you get access to both Rice Crypto and Rice Against the Grain videos. I'm in a beta early mode soft launch right now. You get early access to videos, unedited videos, no ads, exclusive content, forum, live AMA, live streams, and more. And I'll have some information coming across the bottom of the screen. I'm offering lifetime access for a limited time until the end of October. It's $100 for lifetime access. Otherwise, I'm charging $7 a month, and that is riceuuncensored.com. You can watch Rice TVX, and you can watch Rice Against the Grain, both of my YouTube channels, directly on my website. And then if you scroll down, you'll see my social media links. I've got my merch, my shop coming soon, so stay tuned. And again, sign up for my mailing list if you have not already. Follow me over on Twitter at RiceTVX. That's where you would have got the update that today's interview is being postponed. To stay tuned, I try to let people know, but that's why I'm doing this live stream. Make sure you're subscribed here at Rice TVX. I appreciate all the people that have subscribed over the past 24 hours. Again, if you're new to my channel, explore my channel, check out my interviews. Just in the past month, I re-released all 7 interviews that I did with John McAfee. I'd interviewed him more times than anybody else in the world. I have my most recent, my 3rd interview with Janice McAfee that came out 3 weeks ago. I also re-released my interview with Fluffy Pony, Ricardo Spagni from Monero. My 3 interviews with Max Kaiser combined in these 2 videos. This OG dude by the name of Bernard von Nothaus, who created the Liberty Dollar, a story that needs to be heard, a man that needs to be honored. My first interview with Charles Hoskinson. I'm actually going to be going to Vegas this weekend. I think I'm doing an in-person interview with him. I'm going to be at Silver Symposium, and I'm going to be at NFT XLV. And it looks like I am doing an in-person interview with Charles Hoskinson this weekend. And I will be uploading that to Rice TVX on riceuncensored.com for early access before it comes out publicly. I got 3 interviews here with Roger Ver. Check those out. 2 interviews with Andreas Antonopoulos. My interview with Richard Hart. 2 interviews with Charlie Lee. Now, that's just hitting the tip of the iceberg. If you guys go check out my playlist section under Rice Rewind and High Pro, you will see all the interviews that I've done. G. Edward Griffin, Ammon Bundy, former IRS agents. There's a lot of good information over here on Rice TVX that YouTube has kept in the channels, kept in the shadows, shadow banning me, putting me as borderline content. So this gives all you new people a chance to be introduced to who Chris Rice is, what Rice TVX is, what the Rice Crypto Show is all about, and why Ben wanted to do that first interview here on my channel. Interviews are my thing. I do other kind of content, but interviews are my thing. And I definitely try to be fair, try to get to the bottom of the truth. So check it all out. I do appreciate everybody for taking the time to tune in. If you want that lifetime access, you guys can email me as the information is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. One more time, I'm just going to go ahead and do a quick shout out for everybody in the house. Blood, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, my friend. You are a legend as well. That's why we work so well together. All right. Paulie P, it's good seeing you in the house. Migo too. Rusty Bot, cool name. James Leatherwood, I appreciate. Crypto Surge, thanks for subscribing. James Leatherwood. Dale Newland, Crypto Elf of Rivendell. Very, very interesting. You know, Ben's lying when his lips are moving. Very interesting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, thanks for taking the time to tune in. Make sure you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, hit that notification bell because who knows when Ben will say he's ready to do this interview. In the meantime, I will have great content coming out, but I will be going to Vegas this Thursday through Monday. I have 2 channels. So if you're new to my content, you got a lot of catching up to do. And I assure you, you will not have wasted your time. You'll enjoy the interviews that I've done. And I'm sure you'll learn something along the way. So again, smash that like button. I greatly appreciate it. And also follow me over on Rumble where I do exclusive live streams. Me and Crypto Blood have been doing some very interesting live streams over on Rumble. And I'll go ahead and highlight those with our uncensored series. If you go over here, and this is linked in the video description, but you can search for Rice TVX over on Rumble. We did a video yesterday that most might know about, but the uncensored videos, these things are too crazy for YouTube. It's going to get us shut down. So we do these exclusively on Rumble. Episode 10 that we did this past Saturday, I Love COVID Uncensored. Be sure to check it out. 2 weeks prior to that, we did our I Hate Trump Uncensored. We've got a lot of great episodes. I Hate Tate. I Hate Aliens. I Love Censorship. Great episodes. We did a complete AMA call-in. And there's other exclusive content as well, including these 2 very important interviews that I did that we discussed on the Uncensored 10, I Love COVID. These are interviews that I did with my friend Stan Barabbas, removing the mask and exposing the real virus. Check out both of these videos. They total over 5 hours. But it's very well worth your time to educate yourself about what we're talking about in this interview that I got to be really careful about saying as far as promoting it. So just check it out. Links are down below in the video description. Again, I appreciate everybody for taking the time to tune in. Smash that like button. And as always, I encourage you to be a blessing to others. Treat people how you want to be treated. Be the glitch that you want to see in this matrix. Be the change that you want to see in this world. And until next time, practice change.